always done. I would have been shocked if the missionaries
days, we felt strongly that we should keep this information away from students. I see it now when I look at it as a lost opportunity, that it would have been well if I had taken a different position, but I understand well why I did what I did.
As missionaries and MKs returned home for furlough, college, retirement, they still shared little about what happened in Nigeria in 1966.
Even when we have gone to speak in churches, I don't think we've mentioned anything about the genocide.
People kept it to themselves because of the fact that I don't think they wanted to bring out a bad memory. And it was a very bad memory of what happened.
It was painful to remember, and you didn't like to speak so much in terms of the sensational and, here's a really wild experience, and, people find it difficult to understand, and you have to explain so much about it.
I don't think I ever talked about what happened in Jos. It's not something you want people to know much about, I would think, especially if you're speaking to a women's group and you want support for your mission group.
I couldn't understand why, when I would talk about some of the things, I would get a blank stare or a stifled yawn.
Well, I mentioned it to my daughter when I was in San Diego last weekend that I was doing this, and she says, "Oh, you're my father. I don't even know about stuff like that." And I didn't know what to say. But I did talk to her about it a little bit, but I didn't even talk to her in detail about it. I just kind of brushed it off, to be honest with you. But yeah, I probably should tell them about that.
No, I have never talked publicly for what I did when I transferred people to Enugu.
And why haven't you talked publicly about it?
I don't know if anyone was interested. I don't recall, after all these years, I don't recall anyone ever asking me about the time.
Thoughts of being judged for what they did or did not do also factored into the silence.
When you look back at it and you think, why didn't I do that differently? Wouldn't it have been better had I done this? Second thoughts.
You fly by the seat of your pants or by the grace of God in times like this. We had no training, no experience. And when that landed in our lap on that morning of September 21, we had no resources except to pray that God give wisdom and help us to do the right thing and not cause more harm and more damage.
I don't know if we felt guilty about what happened. I don't know if we would say it was guilt. It was a sadness, depression maybe.
It's traumatic to tell because I know that there were people who didn't make it.
No, I don't believe it's affected my faith. It's questioned as to why. Bad things.
Right. And there were terrible things.
The role of a missionary in the time of genocide is to minister to human needs.
Because we want to live out our Christianity. And if we really live it out, I think most of us really believe that it's going to make a difference. This is Christianity action. We love our brothers, we talk about it, and now we're showing that we do.
I had grown up watching missionaries live their faith, live and practice biblical principles. I watched missionaries in this time of genocide do what they were called to do, what they had always done. I would have been shocked if the missionaries
days